That way it's simplified and it'll be done as quickly as possible. I mean, there's no wasted time in that.
Okay.
Hey, do I hear a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Okay, we give the, Larry makes a motion, Miguel second. All in favor say aye. All opposed same sign. We give the general manager and Mr. Blair the right to agree to whatever, to increase the allotment in whatever manner that engineering recommends.
Good idea.
Okay. Took care of that. Dang, I can't believe we're going so fast here. It's making me nervous. Missing something. Anything else, engineering department?
That's all I have.
Jay, you have any? Okay. All right, Pedro, you're on.
Morning. My presentation will be kind of short also, so let's get you guys out of here.
Yes,
Very first picture is basically, I guess for Mayor Cook, they don't believe in golden holes, but that just happened.
That's a big gopher.
That just happened last week. First time we put water in the branch V. The problem here is there's a storm drain right on the other side. This is right behind the Pro Ranchers there on North Loop and Zaragoza. And the root system is getting through our bank, so every time we put water in there, we're starting to get these voids and these gophers across our ditch bank. So luckily nobody was going over the top when it was found. So, but this is something that we went through last year. We lost it there twice. And first time we put water through there, or actually the second time we put water through there for small tracks, we lost it again, the same area, same place. And you can see that all the trees there on the other side of the bank.
It seems like it wherever starts, it just keeps on in the same area.
Yeah, and you know, it's the funny thing about it is once you start covering it, you know, you find other holes, and it takes quite a bit of time, and you got to get all that root system before you can actually go in there and repair it correctly.
Is that a possibility for concrete?
Well, we might not have a choice, or maybe go through, I guess with Pro Ranchers to see if maybe they can go in there, or give us permission to go in there and remove those trees. You know,
Probably be better off shotcrete,
it probably would be, yes. Yes.
because there's a lot of trees there.
This year, Tree, I hadn't had a chance to show you this, but this is the Steve Morosevich deal that I spoke to you about yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I went out there yesterday because I wasn't comfortable with the answers I got, so I went out there and paid him a visit. And this is what I found. This is over the Fabens drain. It's one of his ditches going over the Fabens drain. What he did, the last irrigation, he overflowed it, flowed it into the drain. So now he raised the banks and put all these poles on top to, I guess, to try to hold it together. I really don't know what the purpose is. The only bad thing with this is that, well, first of all, he never told anybody he was doing it. Second of all, I don't know what the condition of that pipe underneath is. When I have to go in there and replace that pipe, all that has to come out.
Is that one of the new pipes we put in years ago, or it's not new now, but we had, some of those pipes were replaced along that drain? I mean, you remember, Pete?
I don't remember when this one was replaced, Johnny.
You don't know, you haven't really checked it to see what it looks like?
No, it's covered right now, so I got a machine scheduled to go uncover it, but Steve wants to be present when I do so because he wants to make sure I don't remove any vegetation from the drain.
Vegetation from the drain.
Right. Yeah,
Are there ducks in there?
for some reason, he does not want me
You talking about
touching
Steve
the...
Senior or
Steve
No,
Junior.
this is Junior. Yeah, Steve
There's
Senior
ducks
is
in there.
really not really involved anymore.
Is he still in ducks?
Yeah, this is Steve Junior. But, so I'm gonna go out there and schedule a machine out there. Chances are that pipe is gonna have to be replaced. And I know he'll probably be giving you guys calls when I inform him that I'm putting.
When you
all
say
that stuff.
replace, what is it, what does it cover? Removing all that?
Yeah, because the pipe goes directly under all that
Right
structure.
underneath all that, right? So it's,
Right. Right, so all that'll have to be taken out.
That's on that same drain that we covered.
Drain's down here.
It was
Oh,
all
okay.
slugging on
The
there.
the drain's running.
This is the pavage drain, Johnny.
That's
It
pretty
starts
good.
right,
That was pretty
right
good.
inside his
Just-
farm, actually.
Down anyways.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, the builder whites.
So it
It
doesn't
hadn't
have
run
much
a lot of
flow.
water.
Doesn't have much flow.
No,
Okay.
not there. No, that's just the beginning of it.
Did he tell you why the vegetation was important too?
Because he doesn't want any sloughing. He says that he wants to keep the vegetation to keep the drain banks from sloughing down. Right.
Okay, with a low groundwater level, I don't think you have to worry about it.
Sloughing.
From the legal side, do you have to put anything, put him on notice or anything like that? Is that, just, I mean, you may not have to do anything, but just put it on the file that he's in violation?
Well, I don't know. I would think so, right? I mean, it was all done
Mr.
without
Smith?
even notification, without.
Well, he has no right to do what he's done,
Right.
because it's your property, it's under your,
And he should have come and got a
Operation
license.
control.
But what I'm saying is that by not saying anything, it's also to some extent, you're
well,
accepting.
you know,
I'm not saying we're gonna take action, I'm just saying,
right.
put it on notice, on the file, and just call it a day. And if the day comes that you have to remove it, he doesn't come around and say, well, you know, nobody said anything, everybody knew about it, nobody said nothing, and therefore it's mine.
Right, because the direction had been given on situations like this before the actual barricade went up was if I were to replace that pipe underneath, if I were to have to replace that pipe underneath, I would replace the pipe at district cost because we got an irrigation ditch going over the top of it. I would then go back and redo his ditch the way I found it. Thing is that these are things that he's done after the fact, so as far as I'm concerned is, I think I should go in there. If I need to replace that pipe, replace it, put the ditch back the way it was, but
The only
he's gonna
thing you
expect me
need
to
to
do all that.
replace it is if it's collapsed or something,
Right.
because there's minimal amount of flow there, so. Just go look at it and see, and if it's collapsed, that's a different deal.
Right.
But because it's like, it's the very beginning, I was in the wrong area up here, but unless it, you know, collapsed, I wouldn't worry about it.
Right.
Well,
Well,
see,
it
the
might-
deal is on the legal question, which is he guilty of civil
No,
or
yeah, I understand
criminal
that.
trespassing? And he just needs to be told he can't get on your right of way. He doesn't have any ownership interest there.
Right, and I will make them aware that once we have to replace it, it might be 10 years from now, that I'm gonna make them understand that the only thing we're gonna do is put the ditch back on.
Is there a license for that crossing, or is grandfathered in for years and years?
It's been there for as long as
Yeah,
I've
I've
been
been
there.
there forever, I remember.
This ditch?
And that's
So
what I was,
exist- was
Yeah,
it
the
existing?
existing ditch, yes.
you know, and I wanna be good neighbors, we all get along and all that
Right.
kind of good stuff, but the worst thing we want to happen is for you to go in there with your tractor and start tearing stuff out. That's, you know,
Right.
that's not, no call for it. What I'm saying is that we may never have to go there, but all I'm saying is put something in the file, that way he's aware of it, and everybody moves on and goes on their way.
Well, you put something in the file and copy
You
him
know,
with it.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
Johnny,
aware of it, that way he's not.
there's not enough slope on that thing there because he's always, the pipe is too short and where you put that wall,
Now, see, the pipe's right there.
it's gonna,
Run the-
you need
run
to
the
put
culvert.
another extension
That's
to
where
the
the pipe's
pipe. Or that thing's gonna cave in anyway.
And all I'm saying is I don't wanna set precedent, it's just like, that way everybody's aware of that, hey, how come he gets away with it, how come we can't do it?
You need to put another pipe
No,
on
we'll
there.
certainly give him notice that he should have come to us, applied for a license and so on.
And engineering could have helped him.
Right, design.
Anyway,
Well, why
so
not, tell him he's gotta get a license right now?
it's a grandfather deal, Jim, it's an old structure.
But I don't know that we want to license what he did.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna fail.
Yeah.
That's
That's as far down as, there, it doesn't go any further down than that, Jay.
a steep slope right there. With the weight of the water, I'm surprised it's held up.
They run it
Yeah.
over.
Well, he just did it. He just did it. They were still working on it yesterday that was out there.
If you run it over again, it fails, for sure. And that's a great, I mean, that happens. Whatever, you'll work it out, Pete.
Okay. Good message. Wallington checks, we've been replacing a couple of gates that have been failing. Again, these gates were, I guess, were put in 15 years ago, at least 15, 20 years ago. These are the Wallington checks right by Socorro High School. We've had about 6 gates that have failed that we're building here in our shop and then going back out there and installing. This is another problem here. I just spoke to the gentleman from the railroad this morning. Apparently, this has happened twice already. This last irrigation that the small tracks gave, what's happened is that culvert is plugged with gravel. As you can see, there's a plate there. Go back. The very first picture shows the downstream side. That's the way the upstream side was. That plate was put in there to try to keep the gravel from going in. As you can see, there's still gravel down there. But the next picture, the metal plate has shifted. I don't know with the vibration of the tracks or the train or what, but it's shifted. And the inlet of the culvert has been plugged up with gravel. Okay. So I have contacted the railroad. I spoke to them again this morning, and they'll be going out there later today. And they're going to get their contractor to go out there and clean it out. Yeah, fix it. And then at the same token, we broke the canal. So I'm gonna, you see there, what I'm gonna do there, I'm gonna install a wasteway. That's right by the drain, right by the middle drain. So I'm gonna install a wasteway there. That way if this occurs again, we can use that wasteway. Because I think it's gonna happen again.
Isn't that kind of close, too close to the railroad tracks?
That culvert
Isn't
is,
that like a minimum,
it's 5 feet from the tracks.
isn't there like a,
They all were like that, all go out.
back in the day?
And that's the reason they're gonna go out there and clean it out. You know, I made them aware that it was too close and it was their crews that were gonna have to go out there and clean it. So they're going out there and cleaning it. Next one, Jay. Okay, these pictures are, last month I showed you one of the crossings that we replaced here, this middle drain, just about maybe 2 crossings upstream from this one. I don't know if you remember that one, but this has been replaced.
It was like 2 feet, like 2 feet.
Yeah.
A little bit high.
That was a little high, so.
Just a tad.
So it keeps a nice fishing pond on the upstream side.
The county assisted, well, you know, this is a county road, so the county will assist with any help that we ask for. These are their trucks out there hauling dirt to us. And this is there by Helen Rushing. We did Helen Rushing, which is this one here. And water dropped about 3 feet. You can see right there how much the water's dropped. So this is Helen Rushing. We also replaced, this is a new crossing, Windgill. In the same location, it's only about 300 yards away from the other one. This is Windgill that was also funded by the county, and we did Leisure Lane, which is about another 300 yards upstream from this one. So all 3 have been replaced. This here's the Clinton lateral where there was some encroachment. We had been after this lady for a while here to move her fence, and finally they sold the place. I got with the real estate, had them move their fence, and here we're taking over our bank again and trying to build it back up to where we can go in there and maintain it. This is just on Coffin Road, downstream from Calumet. There's bamboo. We made about maybe 6 or 8 trips to the landfill with bamboo. That's what it's looking like after we're getting done with it. And then this is a little bit further down over by Ivy's place. See the problem, we're also taking over our bank. This is the Montoya Branch C. I showed you some pictures last month on the C. We were installing the pipe the last time we met. And I'm going to show you some pictures here of how it turned out. The whole pipe was 2-sacked. This is right over River Bend Road, right by the Willows. And the city did pay for all the concrete. They paid for 100 feet of pipe that was under the road, and then we paid for the rest of it. That goes in our right of way. And you can see right there the road's been put back in, and it looks a lot different than what it does there. They've already put their sidewalks in. Their I believe it was a walk path, aren't you?
Yeah, that's that park that we talked about earlier, the linear park that the city's installing.
This is Island Main 1. This is one of the wells that had slowed down on its production, and one of the ones we wanted to relocate. And we had a hell of a time trying to get that thing out of there. Every time we pulled on it, it budged about maybe an inch. So, and you can see how it came out there and all the gravel that came out of it. We capped it for now until we develop this other well. Then we're gonna go back and drop the camera in it. Larry looked at it and drop the camera in it to see what the problem is, but I really think this thing's collapsed because we found a lot
Yeah,
of
you got all
gravel.
that gravel in there, the case
Yes.
is collapsed.
You'll see, that's the last 20 feet, 30 feet of the bottom of the, well.
It's like crystal pure water that we get.
And you'll see on the last picture, that one there, see all the gravel that's coming out of that thing? It's about the last 30 feet of,
You got a hole in there.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking also. So I don't think this will
Who
be able to
designed
see.
those things? I'm not listening.
He didn't hear you?
He didn't. You better start paying attention, we were talking about you.
Dad, I can't, Jay's gotta turn the camera so I can see.
You didn't need to see you this year. That's it, Pete.
That is it, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No questions?
Good work. You may, yeah, you may have any questions?
Thank you.
Get offline. All right, what is it now? We're up to 3 foot, Robert, or what is it?
Trying to get it
You're
here.
going. You may make it 4 feet yet. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we might.
Well,
I started a little bit earlier this year compared to last year. Last year we had watered about 25,000 acres compared to, we're at about 63,000 acres this year. So we're really, and this 2 months has been kind of slow because it's mainly been the cotton, a little bit of the pecans and the alfalfa. And we watered, at this time last year, we had barely just finished the first irrigation on the swamp tracks, and now we're finishing the third watering in the swamp tracks. So we're moving right along. I really don't have much to say, it's just this week was kind of hesitant because we got 2 little small rains, and I was very surprised that one day we received about 0.30, and then we received another 0.30. But I've never seen this people really drive farmers crazy. It caught a lot of hay down, so a lot of people that had hay, they canceled the orders, and the real crazy part is the people that wanted water for cotton this week, they canceled and they moved it over to next
A
week.
lot of that's the cool weather. like I
Yeah.
tell you.
And now they're hesitant to pick up this weekend because they're afraid that there's gonna rain supposedly tomorrow.
wow.
So, and then the other little problem is that little gas line that's out there. A lot of people, like Casey, he got the big orders to water, but he says he can't water some of it because supposedly the gas line is gonna go through there and they're not gonna let him farm, so,
Which gas line, you don't like Comanche?
yeah.
That's tremendous.
So, they got the farmers crazy, especially like him, Goya, and Markley Hadla. So, it's crazy, but we're moving right along. It's working pretty good. And, that's really not much to say other than, we're gonna have to wait till.
Have y'all run figures on the difference in you always know how many acres of cotton, blah, 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 blah. Have you got those figures compared to last year's?
No, Johnny, I've been trying to, but I've been real short on people.
Well, I just was wondering if you had it. It's not important. I'd just like to know what the difference is.
Yeah, I just do, but it's just, I haven't.
Obviously, it's a lot more,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
a lot less fallow land this year than has been.
And we'll get, but it's working in the sense real good because it seems like I was afraid that the pecans and the cotton people were gonna kind of collide together, but it looks like the pecan people are gonna be out of the way when the cotton people want water. Because the cotton people are wanting water this week and next week, and I see the big massive buildup of pecans is for the 20th. So,
Hopefully, it'll stay on that schedule.
and none of us get rain today. But it's been going pretty good. EPCWID's coming online and they like to mess with Al every day and change the release, but.
It gives him something to do.
Oh, yeah, and they're doing it again today.
He's not listening.
But it's going pretty good. EPCWID came on, it's got 2 weeks and we've been working pretty good together and trying to match the water and trying to,
Thanks to those been compliant with all of everything's all right.
Yeah, it's been going very good. When they came on board, there for a week, sometimes you know, towards the end of the week of May, everybody kinda got hostile because I didn't have enough water in here, but nobody wanted water, and they were playing games, so I cut the release short and let everything build up, and some people got mad, but it worked out pretty good. EPCWID, you know, we cut into 6 down for a week, and we cut into 7 for a week, and we had to cut, because the acres weren't there, and we're spending a little bit too much more than I like, because they didn't want the water, so cut them off, and it worked out pretty good.
All right, Robert.
But we're gonna wait till Al on the 20th come up with some more water. I got the swamp tracks for at least 8 more, 4 more. And that's the biggest call I get every day is, when are you gonna give us more water? Because they wanna plan their summer. And they think it's very important.
It is, yeah, it is.
So I got the schedule, as soon as we get the schedule, we'll send it out. But one thing about the schedule, it's going to go at least till September the 16th, the 16th, 17th, 18th, those small tracks.
Good.
Does that sound pretty good, Al?
That's fine.
Okay. And then after that, with the 8th, and like you said, it'll work out perfect.
Sounds good to me. All right, thank you, Robert.
Thanks.
Good work.
Will you handle that 10 o'clock truck?
Yeah. Good. I get rid of this band here.
We give you my 45.
Or take me in. Okay. Well, we've already done item 14, there's nothing under 15. Do we need to go into closed session for anything?
The only thing that you might want to hear about is the status of the U.S. Supreme Court case.
Yeah, let's go into closed session right quick, and